Hello, I'm Ryan from Reading with My Eyes. Welcome everybody, and welcome back some. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys could like, subscribe, all that stuff, I really appreciate it. I'm still new here, but I'm really loving my my booktube on this. This is my weekly wrap-up. I'm going to talk about books that I have read through the week. I'm going to talk about a cool event that I went to. The Ending Writes Itself by Evelyn Clarke, which is really V. Schwab and Cat Clarke. I'm going to talk about an arc that I have received by Josh Malerman. And I'm going to do a little mini book haul of some of the books that I have purchased and received. Some old, some new. Alright, so the first book I'm going to talk about kind of briefly is Sarafina. 5-star book, knocked me off my socks. The first book that I have read this month was incredible. I really loved it. Philip Fracassi. I've read him before. I've met him before. Just an amazing book. I have a signed copy coming. I was like, man, I read this book and I was so excited. I'm like, I have to have this book. And he was doing a signed copy at Mysterious Galaxies, where I've visited before in San Diego. And I was like, man, I have to have the opportunity. This book is too good. It's a historical horror in the Civil War, and amazing. Okay. My second book that I'm going to talk about is The Escape Game by Marissa Meyer and Tamara Moss. This is a YA mystery. It is about a game show that is themed around the escape game. Competitors compete as a team in escape rooms and have to escape. The mystery is the 4th season, there was a murder on the set. The sister of the person that was murdered was also a contestant, and people think she did it, and she is back this season to basically prove I did not murder my sister. They have to solve clues, they have to get through the game. She has a new team, she wants to win, and she wants to really prove that her sister didn't do it and also catch who murdered her. Clues to the game are leading to this murder that somebody behind the scenes knows. They know a little bit too much, and so it's like, are they in this conspiracy? Are they trying to help? The only problem is there is no rules to set up the game at the start. It's just you're in the game, and there should have been like some rules set, and like what this game, what's entailed, how this TV show works, and that's not there. I did really like one contestant from the beginning, which is Beck, that is a trans male. His character is a lot of fun, and he's like, hey, I'm trans. Okay, get over it. Okay, then move on. There's more to me than being trans, and it was really a cool characteristic, and he loves escape rooms and makes his own escape room. But the other contestants, it really took me a while to get to like and enjoy them. It took basically till about 50% the teams to come together. At the beginning, it was kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of rough. But when it gets to that 50% mark, then they really collide and are a team, and it's fun. Well, the ending was really reminding me of The Goonies. Have kind of solved the murder, and stuff is happening. They are in real danger, and they have to escape. And the only way to escape is through an escape room. They have to solve, and they got people behind them. It's pretty cool. And they did a really good job with that. The book for me was only about a 3-star. It does end in a to be continued. There's definitely breadcrumbs of where the series is going after that, and I kind of liked it. I was definitely happy with the team at the end, and I think I would continue on. And it was definitely like, if there wasn't the beginning, if it started midway, I think I would have liked this book a lot more, and it could have been. It had definitely potential to be like a 4-star. The book that I'm currently reading is The Ending Writes Itself by Evelyn Clarke. And if you don't know who Evelyn Clarke is a pseudonym, and it's really 2 authors. It is V. Schwab and Cat Clarke. I'm not really familiar with Cat Clarke. She was a YA author that is Scottish. So she wrote about real stuff, but V. Schwab is an author that I love. She has too many books that I love. She's basically a 4 to 5-star author for me, and mostly 5 stars. But I went to the event and I got a cool signing. I can show you guys it. It's pretty cool because they actually signed it Evelyn Clarke. And so Evelyn is going to be V. Schwab, and the Clarke is going to be for Cat Clarke. But I think that's really cool that they signed it in their character in the pseudonym. If you don't know what the plot of this story is, it is about 6 writers. Actually, there's 7, but there's one that works as a team. But 7 writers go to this island. They think they're meeting this kind of famed mystery writer that is very rich, has a big series that he's wrapping up, his final book. He lives on an island in Scotland to himself. He lives in a castle. So they find out that the author is dead. And they are not there to meet the author. They are met by his agent and his current editor. Before he died, he did not complete his final book. We are here for you guys so you can complete the manuscript and you can finish the ending. The cool thing that they did is they have people that write different genres. They have a YA novelist who's really fun and very bouncy. They have a romantic author, a writing team that writes thrillers, a very jaded science fiction writer, a horror writer. So all these different genres to complete this ending that this guy was like a kind of wild card. But they only have 72 hours to do it. They have typewriters. They're not allowed to use their cell phones. It's funny. It's more. I was thinking it would be more mystery, but it's definitely mystery and funny. Kind of more Clue than And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. But while I was there at this event, I did pick up some more V.E. Schwab books. I got A Darker Shade of Magic, which they only had 1 copy of this. I was the only one that got a signed copy of this book. It was pretty crazy. They only had 1 copy of it. But I think it was Parnassus that sponsored. I guess they only just had 1 copy in the store for this. But the book they had a lot of copies was The Secret Life of Addie LaRue.
The Invisible Life.
Oh, oops. Not The Secret Life. It is a kind of secret, but The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. So like I said, this is not my favorite V. Schwab. I really liked it, but it's not my favorite. This is my wife's favorite, so I got this for her. And they actually had like 20 or so copies of this. But I was kind of surprised this is a first printing of this type of trade edition. We did do a fun book haul. And so one of the books that I purchased is The Boatman by Alex Grecian by Bad Hand Books. He is known for Red Rabbit, which is like a horror western. And this book is about people above on a cruise ship find a hidden figure on a boat that is following them, and they're on a cruise. They definitely should not be keeping up with this guy that's on just a little boat with paddles, but he is keeping up with them. And so I think it's a big allusion to death and the Grim Reaper that is following them. And I've heard really good stuff. My friend Char, she rated this book really highly, and I pretty much got the book off of her review. And so I did get this, and I did get a little nice signed book plate for it. Animorph series. So I read the original Goosebumps. I'm almost done with that read, and it's been a lot of fun. Definitely reminiscing. So I caught a little bit of the news, though, that Ryan Coogler, who directed Sinners, is going to take on the Animorphs after he does the X-Files. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. The Animorphs is something I never read, too. I did read Goosebumps. I loved it as a kid. But the Animorphs I kind of missed. So I think that'd be fun. I know another reviewer that I got to read the Goosebumps. He read the Animorphs before and he loved it, so I think it'll be a lot of fun. So I got the Animorphs The Capture, which is number 6 in the series, and then I got Animorphs The Warning, which is number 16. I think there's like 40 of these. I don't know. Not as many as Goosebumps, but should be crazy. I've heard some really interesting stuff, especially the starfish Animorphs is supposed to be really crazy. Another one I got. Another book is going to be a Matthew Riley, which is Hell Island. So Matthew Riley is an author that I've liked a lot. He does the Scarecrow series. I've read about 3 or 4 books in that one. I don't want to reread that one because I wasn't a reviewer when I started reading that series. But I recently read and reviewed The Great China Zoo, which is basically Jurassic Park with dragons. It's really fun, and I really love that one. So, but this is part of the Scarecrow series. If you've ever read that before, basically this guy's like kind of James Bond meets Die Hard, and definitely it hits the Die Hard very, very hard. It's pretty cool, really cool action, and a lot of fun. So some more books I got. I got a nice little Aliens trilogy. These are all in a series. I love the Aliens series. Big fan of Alien. I want to try to read the whole Alien collection that Titan Books has all the rights to, so they have all the books, and so looking forward to it. But this is the Out of the Shadows by Tim Levin. I love Tim Levin. Tim Levin did my favorite story in The End of the World as We Know It. Another one is going to be Rivers of Pain, or River of Pain, not rivers, just a river of pain, by Christopher Golden, and he edited that series to The End of the World as We Know It with Brian Keene. And then Sea of Sorrows by James A. Moore. James A. Moore sadly passed away, but he has he has an acknowledgement in The End of the World as We Know It, because he was best friends with Brian Keene and Christopher Golden. But sadly missed. A really good, solid author that loved Aliens and Predators. He wrote a couple of Aliens and Predators books. So I've never read Hap and Leonard, but I've definitely been told to read it. That it is a fun new Western with some sci-fi in it and some craziness in it. And I've heard just really great stuff. So I definitely wanted to check this series out. So this is the Savage Season, book 1 of Hap and Leonard. Warlock Holmes, The Hellhounds of the Baskervilles. Now, obviously, this is on The Hound of the Baskervilles, the original Arthur C. Doyle Sherlock Holmes novel. So it's going to be a fun farce with a guy that is a warlock. It should be really fun and interesting. I do have the first book in the series. This is the second book in the series. It's going off the 4 novels that Arthur C. Doyle wrote about Sherlock Holmes. All right, the last book that I'm going to talk about is an ARC. And I did receive Pictures of You by Josh Malerman. Josh Malerman is one of my favorite authors. He's not an author that I've given like 5 stars to everything. Even one of his books I've given 3 stars. But there is always something interesting in a Josh Malerman book. And he writes like his imagination is out of this world. And you know you're reading a Josh Malerman book, but he'll still surprise you. That is high praise in my world. Josh Malerman's a lot of fun. Incidents Around the House was my #1 book the year that it was published, and I loved Bird Box's first published novel. Was incredible, and I've loved a lot of Josh Malerman's stuff. So he wrote Pictures of You. I don't know anything about Pictures of You. Josh Malerman, I like to go in clean and not know anything about it. So Pictures of You by Josh Malerman comes out on September 8th. Alright, I'm Ryan from Reading With My Eyes. Thank you guys for checking out my channel and letting me do this weekly wrap-up. I will probably do shorts of some of these videos as well. And if you've seen me from my shorts, welcome. I am Ryan from Reading With My Eyes, and you guys keep reading.